My name is Julian DeMonico, and this is why I'm voting for Kamala Harris for President of the United States on November 5th, 2024. As a member of the LGBTQIA+ community, as a son of immigrants who came here in the 70s, as someone who is currently dating an immigrant, as well as growing up in Dearborn, Michigan, where it is the center of the uncommitted movement, and being a small business owner in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the temperament, communication style, competence, and emotional agility and ability to empathize of the President of the United States could not be more important for me or for you. I grew up in a household where English was a second language, to a single mom who, along with my grandparents, aunts, and uncle, taught me that everyone should have autonomy over their own bodies. And if they have reproductive abilities, that they should be able to receive the care and compassion that they deserve, regardless of what society, government, or someone else may say or be willing or not willing to do with their body. Growing up across the street from a steel processing factory in Michigan with little means, I learned very quickly that those who have the most and who are greedy and narcissistic will force the middle class, the lower middle class, working poor, and poor to fight amongst ourselves in order to preserve their own power, wealth, and standing. When we recognize that our diversity is our strength and look at the world through a lens of abundance, we are able to share in that rather than fight over scraps through a lens of scarcity. The war in Gaza, Lebanon, Yemen, and Israel is a disgusting failure of U.S. foreign policy going back decades across administration and political parties. Having grown up in Dearborn, Michigan, I understand why the uncommitted movement is working so hard to build political power in order to save as many children and civilian lives as possible. In this moment, we need leadership and a president that is willing to listen to those that disagree with them in order to find a path forward that provides solutions to save as many lives as possible, rather than fan the flames of division with disgusting rhetoric and decision-making. As a small business owner with a quadruplex and 6 tenants, as well as a sales business in real estate, I understand how market fluctuations impact people's behavior. We need leadership that understands this and incentivizes state and local governments to provide to small businesses in ways that allow them to grow their vision into something sustainable. We do not need leadership that gives to the wealthiest amongst us in an effort to trickle down in ways that never do to help working people or people in the middle or in need. As someone who's worked in community advocacy through nonprofits, nonprofit boards, politics, and on the periphery of government, I understand that you need a both-and solution for violent crime. You need to both support victims, their mental wellness, and building back their lives in ways that feel good to them, while also understanding that if we are only punitive towards those who commit crime and we do not deal with deep poverty, experiences of homelessness, and addiction, then these folks will end up being incarcerated and then continue to be incarcerated, further draining our own systems and then recidivizing in ways that are going to continually hurt other people. In this moment, we need leadership that understands that you must have these both-and solutions. You must be compassionate to both victims and those who offend in order to give those folks a second chance to be upstanding and supportive members of society. In this election, I am voting for Kamala Harris, not because I am seeking perfection in a candidate, but instead because I understand that she is the only adult in the room who is able to communicate effectively, listen to my concerns, and weigh the options through a lens of compassion and empathy, and in doing so, chart a way forward that is going to be beneficial for as many people as possible, regardless of the critiques that I may levy or the concerns that I may share. In this race, the only one who is worth your time and worth your vote is Kamala Harris, and I will hope you will join me in voting for her for President of the United States.